It's Tuesday. How's it going, people? Welcome back to another vlog. Yes, I said Tuesday. I didn't film any of yesterday, and let me explain why. So my mum and stepdad came over from France. Hello, mate. On the weekend, and it's the first time I'm seeing them in like 13 years, and it's the first time the girls met them. So I wanted to make sure we were present and like in the moment with it. It's like important to do. So I just didn't pick the camera up, to be honest. Obviously still did my usual stuff, non-negotiables, went to the gym, got my steps in, done all the usual stuff. But when we were out and about, we went for some food and stuff. I just thought it would be nice to be present. So I'm starting the vlog from Tuesday. I've just got back from school run, just dropped off little one, and now I'm gonna make a coffee. I got a haircut in like about an hour and a half, a little bit of a later appointment today. I'm probably gonna have a coffee, then go for a walk, get my steps in, head off, go and get a haircut, and then I've got to be back in time for food shopping. Last month of the year, like it's so important now to make sure that you are getting shit done, you are getting after it, and you're reflecting as well, like, you know, reflect on the year and how far have you come. And, you know, even yesterday, like seeing my mum again, like reflecting back on me when I was sort of 17 and like left home, no plan, no money, no real kind of, I guess, like things weren't written the best for me out of my own choice. You know, to see where I am now, you know, to have what I've got and to have achieved the level of success that I've achieved, to have a family, we're all healthy and whatnot. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, it really hit me yesterday and just made me realise, like, sometimes I'm very harsh on myself and very critical of myself. And whilst I think I always will be to stay at a high standard, I have to also realise that old Al would be absolutely screaming at me like, dude, you've done it. You've made it. Congratulations. And now it's just about enjoying it, you know, enjoy life for what it is. So anyone watching, you know, if you're critical of yourself, if you've been through some tough stuff, I'm sure we all have, we've all been through it. Like I always say, we have 100% strike rate on life, and we always end up overcoming things. Even at the time where we think there's no way out, often that's just a seed of doubt we plant in our head, and eventually you look back and you're like, oh, I did it, I got out of it. So yeah, just keep pushing, and make sure you're reflecting on this year. Whether you've done good stuff, bad stuff, whatever it is, there will be lessons in it, and it's really important to realise that. Like, I noticed a few comments last week where people were saying they've had a bad month and it's been really difficult, and they get in their head, they're like, you know, I've completely blown my account. But there'll be a lesson in there, you know, and you've really got to dig into that lesson. You've got to figure out why you're doing it, because the markets will repeat consistently and highlight our actions, and they're like a mirror reflecting to us. And that's why I always say, like, how you do everything in your life will portray on the charts, and that's good and bad. You know, if you're disciplined, patient, locked in, focused, doing all the stuff, that will play a part in the charts. If you're erratic, emotional, a mess, bad with money, don't believe it's real, that will play a part in the charts. So this is why I say there's so much that needs to be done on your mental as well, which people try and hide from, but the mental makes you better as a person. And like I've always said, worst case, you apply time into becoming a better person and a better individual, and it helps your trading and helps your life. Why would you not do that? Cheeky coffee. I've been for my walk and I'm on my way to get a trim. Fortnightly ting, you know how it is. And any of the dudes, make sure you've booked your haircuts in for Christmas, because barber shop's going fast. I've got all my trims booked in, so happy days there. I want to set a task for you all, and it's not going to be a boring one, it's a fun one. Whether you're on your own or whether you're with a partner, I basically want you to either grab a pen and paper or grab your notes up on your phone. I mean, we're in 2024, so just grab your phone. And I want you to write 10 things that you love. Really think about it, but just write down the first 10 things that come to your mind. Don't overthink it, but also think about it. Write down 10 things that you love. If you're with someone, it could be completely different things. You don't have to discuss it. Keep it handy, keep it safe. At the end of the video, I'm going to drop quite a big realization. Hopefully, will trigger something and will give you some clarity on a few things. So write it down. The reason I'm doing it at the end of the video is because if I just say it now in the next bit, you've probably not even got your phone, you've probably not paused the video, and then we're going to cheat. And we don't want to cheat. So do it. And then obviously you don't have to share it with me, you don't have to put it in the comments. It can be completely personal. If you want to, feel free. If you want to comment on the exercise after I've shared my bit, then feel free to do so as well. Haircut done, feeling good, feeling fresh. I do think my hair at the front is slightly thinning, which isn't ideal, but we're gonna hold on to the hair as long as we can. See how we go, otherwise we're off to Turkey. But yeah, I need to go to the shop and get something to eat for lunch, because I just checked and Tesco's been delayed a little bit and it won't be here till gone 1. Got a feeling at the moment it's going to be a bit of a quiet week trading wise. The markets just don't look the best for me at the moment. Obviously it is NFP week as well, so we may be waiting for that, but I'll still pay attention and see what's going on. Also, I know a lot of people ask about like Christmas and December in general. I've shared it a few times over the years, but I still always trade December, and I usually trade right up until sort of the last week of December. The last week before Christmas, sorry, before the kids break up. Usually, I think they're around the 20th of December. So I'll see how that week is. The first 2 weeks I always trade, and then I'll base it on what that third week's looking like building up to Christmas. I don't want to go into like the Christmas break and be worried about, not that I worry about that stuff, but it's naturally can loom on you a little bit, you know, being in drawdown or whatever it is. Like I want to be able to finish done and dusted for the year, do like a big end of year review, which I kind of start now, and then, you know, switch off until January. So, and when I say switch off again, I want to emphasize, that doesn't mean I don't do anything. I still do all my non-negotiables. It just means I don't actively take a trade. But yeah, so I still trade December. I know a lot of people have this thing about December's bad, but some Decembers have been some of my best months across a year. So I'm not going to just take it upon that somebody said December was bad and now everybody assumes December's bad. I think you have to be really mindful of that stuff, and you have to ask questions of these things when they're put out to you. Obviously, if from your data and your experience you find December's bad for you, don't trade it. But just because someone says it's bad doesn't mean you should take it as gospel. You need to find out for yourself, because what if December was your best month this whole year and you sat on the sidelines because some sausage said don't trade it? Think about it. We bought ourselves some pasta and meatball high protein dish. I bought myself some sweet chili hot smoked salmon, and I had to treat myself slightly to some mince pies because I haven't had any yet. Christmas is coming and they slap. Let me know if you like mince pies, because Steph doesn't like them, Mia doesn't like them, it's just me and Kira. So if you like them, let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna go home, wash my hair. It's lunchtime. I'm watching the charts. Not a lot happening, so I'm going to probably stick on a podcast and just chill out. And then go and get the girls from school in a little bit, see what happens. I'll set some alerts, but there's no point in me staring at this pointlessly. And there's also no point in me trying to force anything. As I've said before, when you force something, just like a fart, it follows through, you shit yourself. It's not the one. Shopping put away, so I deserve a brew and a mince pie. Unbelievable scenes. What a Tuesday, mate. Just doing some journaling, doing some reflecting on the year. Quite a lot of people ask me how I journal. I'm going to do a thing, but to be honest, it's just like, I just write the date, you can't even see that, and then I write 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning, and I try and make them different. Then I write my most important tasks, and I make sure I tick that off and sign it at the end of the day, because it's important. It affirms that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And then I write, how do I feel? I score myself out of 10. If I'm below a 4, I won't trade until I feel back above a 4. And I'm honest, like I'm super honest in here. And then I write any thoughts throughout the day, any quotes I pick up from watching things, just general thoughts when I'm in a trade, especially when I'm in a trade. Like I ask myself, you know, how am I feeling when I've entered the trade? How am I now feeling that I'm in the trade? Is the decision that I'm thinking logical? Is it just from emotion? Because again, remember, we're not biologically wired to do this trading thing. And often, let's say you're on a losing streak, for example, like me, I had a losing month last month. You can begin to ask yourself, you know, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I doing this? Or, you know, what's going wrong? The answer is nothing's wrong with you or anything like that. Obviously, if you're being a machine gun and you're just gambling on the charts and doing mad shit, then there's something wrong. But ultimately, there's nothing wrong. Your brain is simply reacting to the uncertainty, and it's protecting you from a potential threat, because our emotional brain can't decide the difference between a fucking lion chasing you and a trade, or the feeling you get from losing a series of trades. Therefore, that's when most traders then decide to go on till or do something nuts, or they start to really beat themselves up and feel like they're not good enough, they're inadequate, or whatever it might be. Essentially, our brain's just doing what it's wired to do. So you have to learn how to understand those things. And often that comes from, you know, a pen and paper and just writing shit down. And not enough people do it. People think it's fluff and woo-woo, but having all of these journals to go back over the year, for example, to review this whole year and look at all the things you were thinking, seeing if anything repeats, if there's a common pattern. You know, that is what trading is. It's digging into you, and it's understanding yourself on a deeper level. You can't just buy a prop challenge, watch a few ICT videos, go 2% risk on a prop challenge, connect it to some kind of automated journal, and just expect that, oh, I'll be all right. Like, what? It's just mental, mate. It's like trying to drive a car without fucking any pedals, without an engine, without wheels. It's not going anywhere. So I think again, like, just get really clear on this trading thing. Like, if you've been fluking it, if you've been sort of just doing bits and bobs here and there and hoping, maybe this is the last year you do that, and next year you focus on doing something else. But yeah, I'm gonna drink my tea, eat my mince pie, live my best life. All right, dinner prepared. Now I need to wash all this up, and then we need to get Steph from work. Productive day. Got the kids from school. Came home, managed to prepare this all within like an hour tops. Bruno's here. Said what's up to gang. Gonna get Steph. Transition when we're munching that bad boy.
And then
It's Wednesday morning. We're on our way to the gym. It's cold. Didn't want to get out of my warm bed this morning. I've got my flashlight on, beaming in my eyes so you can see me. But it's going to be a great day. We get to get up and go to the gym. And this is the time of year where everyone falls off. So it gives you even more reason to get up and get shit done. So, yeah. It's also raining as well. Like, what a combination for a Wednesday. Keeping the habits flying. Make sure you're not slacking. Anyone else's elf's been really naughty? You peed. Haha. Your parents out there, have your elves been nuts? What are they saying? It's that time of year where the house gets wrecked. It's good vibes. Make me his lunch, have a shower, make some breakfast, and crack on with my day. I got Steph this for her birthday. Oh, yeah. We haven't set it up yet, but the plan is to be able to watch TV in bed on a projector. Hey, yo, this is sick, man. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now, innit? Let's go! It's late in the afternoon now on Wednesday. Nothing done on the charts. It's been a quiet day for me, to be honest, in terms of trading. Still managed to get plenty of other stuff done for everything else. Remember yesterday when I was going to get my hair cut, I mentioned about I wanted you to write down 10 things that you love. And I was going to wait till the end of the video, and then I thought, maybe not everyone will get there. I hope you've done it. If you haven't, pause now and do it, because it's going to be valuable if you've already written it down. If you didn't hear that, again, pause. I want you to write down 10 things that you love. Think about it, can be anything. Now, any of you that did write it down, I'd be really keen to know in the comments below, because whenever I've done this exercise before with people, and even myself, we always miss one thing, and it's the most important thing. How many of you wrote down that you actually love yourself? Probably not many of you, right? Now, it might come across arrogant, it might come across big-headed, whatever you want to call it, but it's not. Everything we do in the first foundation of everything stems from us within. If you don't love yourself, then how are you going to truly love anything else? How are you going to truly succeed and achieve the things you say you're going to do if you don't love yourself? So if you didn't write it down, there's work to be done. And that's okay, because it means that there's progress to be made and we can work on why we don't love ourselves. And I've been there before. I didn't write it down, didn't even cross my mind. But now it's the first thing I put, because I love me, I love what I've built, and I love who I am. And that enables me to love others and to continue to become the best version of myself. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. So yeah, something to think about. Hopefully it gives you some clarity. Maybe it gives you something to think over the holiday period. These elves are having an absolute time in their life. Check this one out. This one's tickled me. Help, we are in a booby trap. That's funny. But yeah, it's Thursday and just getting ready for a new day. I'm gonna crack on with my morning routine, get everything done, and I'll pick this up after school run. Just made myself a coffee. It's wet today, but I'm gonna have this and then I'm gonna go for my walk. Here comes Bruno charging in at me. Hello, mate. What's happening? Yeah. So yeah, today at the moment, chart's looking slow for me. So we'll see what happens. Like, it's really important to remember and to note, like, what is your perception of trading? Because we think we've got to trade every single day, but often, sometimes, you know, that's what causes us a problem in the first place. And, you know, I'm currently making a video, which again, should really give some clarity on that. But ultimately, it's like, you can make money in this market even not knowing what you're doing. Like, I could ask Mia today, hit buy or sell, and she's got a 50% chance of making some form of money, depending on exits and whatnot. And it's like, I think what happens is we think that every day is a trading day, every day we've got to trade. So when we don't, we get impatient and then we start doing dumb shit. And the reality of it is if you just waited till it was a good day to trade and been patient and been disciplined, you wouldn't be in that shit situation you're in now. So obviously got my Christmas do. Been a really good lesson with that, to be honest. It's my first like event I've booked, if you like. Like half the people drop out this week and I can't change any of the bookings. I can't update anything. So I'm going to be out of pocket a fair few £100. It is what it is. It's the kind of way it goes. Like, life does life, you know. It's taught me some stuff and there's a lesson in it. You know, for me personally anyway, I was going to pay for the meal anyway. The activity I asked them to pay for, which the majority did. A couple said they were going to. I paid to book it and then they left, which is typical. But then unfortunately with the meal, you have to pay per person that you've booked for, and I can't change the booking number, but now we've got half the number. So even though I was going to pay for the meal, I'm paying for meals that essentially aren't even being eaten, mate. Like, yeah, a little bit mad. But lessons, not letting it derail me or bother me. It's just part and parcel of doing that thing. I'm going to try and do the events, you know, more quarterly, but I think I'm going to be a bit more strategic in how I do them. It's all good. That stuff can derail you. It can throw you off, or you can just crack on. You know, if I posted before Sunday, I would have been like, who wants to come to a Christmas do? But unfortunately, I don't. So you're watching this after it's happened. Have my coffee, chill with Mr. Bruno for a bit, and then go and get my steps in. So I've been waiting, as you know, for gold patiently to set up. A lot of the doors were ticked for my short that I've been looking for, and it just didn't give me the entry here that I was after. So yeah, looks like it's probably gonna go without me. It'll be really easy for me now, you know, especially as I've emphasised already, you know, drawdown month last month, no trade yet for December, coming to the end of the year. It'd be very easy for me now if I wasn't composed, if I was of a gambling mindset, if I wasn't someone that was disciplined, to have just made up some bullshit there and got in. And it went down, right? So I could have hit it, made it up in my head at the time, confirmation bias, right? Hit it, it worked, and I'd be like, yeah, fucking come on, I made money, and that's all you think about. You know, I made money. It's good. We're fucking making money, that's what it's all about. And then what happens is you go and do that tomorrow or next week, and you give it all back and lose money. And then you've created yourself a bad habit cycle that you struggle to get out of because you're focused on this gambling mentality. Like I've said before, Mia, the dog, anyone could tell me to click buy or sell, and they've got a 50% chance it could work. It could go in their favour. The skill comes in doing it repeatably, sustainably, longevity, and knowing when to exit. And obviously, that's the problem with trading, is it can impose this belief of, oh, well, I got in that and I went against my plan and it worked. And you know what? Although all the doors were ticked barring the entry, maybe I don't need that entry door anymore, but you clearly need it because there's a reason it's there. So again, just trying to share in the moment, you know, thoughts and thinkings and findings. Ultimately, if you're disciplined, which comes from the way you are in life, then you won't take that. And I was telling the Discord a story yesterday where when it was Steph's birthday the other week, I told myself I'd have 2 pieces of cake, one on the day and one the day after. And then after that, I said, I'm not having any more cake. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Yeah, I'm trying to be healthy, have balance, etc., etc. Then the third night, the girls wanted some cake and that. And I was like, yeah, I'll cut it, cool. So I started cutting it to test myself. Started cutting it, cut them their pieces, could smell the flavours and the sweetness. And I was like, oh, it smells good. And then what happened is, as I gave them all a piece, I cut myself off a really tiny bit. Cut myself off a little bit, put it on a fork, and I got this close. And I'm talking the juices flowing, the cake's there looking at me, and I'm like, ooh, Oreo cake. I go like that, and then a cue happened where it goes, you said you weren't going to do that. I immediately put the bad boy down, shut the fridge, walked off. Didn't have it. Genuinely didn't touch it. And that's because I knew in that moment if I did that, I'm reaffirming to myself that when I say shit, I actually go against it. Therefore, everything I talk about and my belief systems are now be flawed. Cracked on my evening, watched them eat cake, and I was like, you know what? There's a win there. So again, this mental strength, it comes through in all areas of our life. It's not just about the charts, but that decision has allowed me to make these decisions and be congruent. And yeah, it went down, but it's not always about being right. It's about following a process, and you need a process. But yeah, I'm going to sit here for a little bit, see what's happening. The life of a trader, the real shit that you don't want to hear. And maybe I'm ruining your dreams, but what I'm trying to do is help you long term. You'll thank me one day. I'm all tucked into bread. These elves are having the time of their life, aren't they? Whoa, chill out, dog.
Wait, look at the paper on it.
Yeah, he's got a little eye mask on, says Bliss. Right, it's Friday, just got back from the gym. I'm going to walk the dog actually, and then I'm going to have a shower, and then crack on with my day, and I'll pick this up when I'm probably at Gatwick or in London. All the trash talking is done. Obviously we've got a little fantasy league as well that we're doing for football, and that gets pretty heated, so I reckon this axe throwing will get even more heated, but may the best man or woman win. Calculating who's won the most games, and we're going to have a final and see who the winner is. I think I might be in the final. I think.
And with 3 games won, it's Jason, and in first place with a total score of 27.
Let's go!
Now, coming in, guys, it's the final. Come on. Let's go. Good luck, Chase.
Let me set the scene. I'm down 6-0. I've got 1 axe left. I need to go for it and I need to hit 7, which is the top left or top right circle. Pressure makes diamonds, baby. Second game, I'm down 2-0, and again, I decided the only way to win this is to go for the 7. Take a deep breath, compose ourselves. Yeah, good game, Jason. It was sick, mate. Walking home now. Really good day in London, meeting some of the gang. Really nice for them to come down. Obviously your boy won axe throwing, and then we had a nice meal. Really great to hear about their successes, things they're working towards. And yeah, like super proud. We've got a really solid bunch in that Discord, and it's yeah, it's sick. So shame the others couldn't make it, but again, life happens. It is what it is. We made the most of it and we still had a great time. Maybe the same people next year, if you're watching this, they get better at axe throwing and they actually come and bring a challenge, because it's kind of easy, guys. Now I'm messing. Humble in victory, humble in defeat. But I actually lost the game, to be fair. Tom did beat me. But yeah, listen, I just want to wrap the vlog up here, make sure I've got an outro so I can get home and start editing this, get ready for your faces to watch it. So if you've enjoyed this week's, if you've not subscribed, if you've not liked, I would really appreciate it if you did that now. Without further ado, I'll catch you all in next week's vlog. Peace and love, gang.